You step off the plane, grateful to stretch your legs, and barely notice the flurry of activity unfolding around you. But in the next 30 to 60 minutes, the very plane you just left will be cleaned, refueled, reloaded, and ready for a whole new group of passengers to board. Every second matters. Every minute an aircraft spends parked is wasted potential. This is an industry obsessed with efficiency. So what actually happens in that brief window when the plane is parked at the gate? Let's step into the shoes of an airline ground operations team to walk through the process of a turnaround in real time. The moment the plane reaches the gate and the parking brake engages, the clock starts ticking. Ground crew vehicles spring into action, swarming the aircraft like a pit crew at a Formula One race. The marshaller, who guides the plane into its parking position, signals that the engines should shut down. The jet bridge, or stairs at remote stands, is moved into place, and the door opens to let passengers disembark. Simultaneously, a team begins unloading baggage and cargo. Conveyor belts hum to life as suitcases and freight containers are quickly removed from the belly of the plane. This is where efficiency is critical. Every delay here could mean a chain reaction of late departures and frustrated passengers waiting for their bags at their destination. Inside the cabin, cleaning crews are already on board, moving through the aisles with military precision. In economy class, this might mean a quick vacuum, emptying seat back pockets and replacing headrest covers. On tight schedules, cleaning is often completed in under 15 minutes. Meanwhile, at the front of the plane, the flight crew reviews the flight plan for the next leg. Using data from dispatch, they check weather conditions, fuel requirements and route updates, making adjustments as needed. If there's a delay, this is where decisions about alternative routings or faster cruising speeds are made. While the crew are prepping for departure, below the aircraft, the refueling process is already underway. Tanker trucks or ground-based fuel hydrants connect to the plane, pumping in precisely the amount of fuel needed for the next journey, accounting for route distance, weight and reserve requirements. This step is tightly coordinated with the loading team, as adding fuel affects the aircraft's weight and balance calculations. At the same time, catering trucks arrive to restock the galley. For long-haul flights, this could mean hundreds of pre-prepared meals, snacks and drinks being loaded. The catering team works quickly, often in confined spaces, to ensure that everything is correctly stowed and ready for the cabin crew. One of the most critical steps in this process is boarding new passengers. While the ground crew handles logistics, gate agents begin organizing the boarding process, ensuring passengers with special needs or families with young children board first. Airlines now use technology to optimize boarding sequences, reducing congestion and speeding up the process. Boarding typically starts about 20 minutes before departure for narrow-body planes and 30 minutes for wide-body aircraft. During boarding, baggage and cargo loading resumes. The ground crew ensures that bags from connecting flights are quickly transferred and loaded onto the correct aircraft. Cargo containers and passenger luggage are loaded in a way that maintains the aircraft's balance. Too much weight in the back or front could compromise flight stability. The cabin crew, meanwhile, is hard at work inside. They're checking safety equipment, securing galley items, and performing pre-flight checks to ensure everything is ready for takeoff. Once boarding is complete, they'll give the all-clear to the captain, signaling that the cabin is secured and the plane is ready to push back. Throughout the turnaround, communication is key. Ground operations teams, flight crews, gate agents, and air traffic control are constantly coordinating to ensure every task is completed on time. Any issue, a late baggage cart, a catering delay, or bad weather can throw off the entire schedule. Finally, with the last passenger seated, the doors are closed and the jet bridge is retracted. A tug vehicle attaches to the aircraft's nose gear and the plane is pushed back from the gate. Engines spool up and the aircraft is cleared for taxiing to the runway. The turnaround is complete and the plane is back in action. For airlines, the speed of a turnaround can mean the difference between profit and loss. Low-cost carriers like Ryanair and EasyJet pride themselves on 25 to 30-minute turnarounds, achieved by minimizing complexity, like operating a single aircraft type and avoiding congested hub airports. Full-service airlines, on the other hand, often require more time, sometimes up to 90 minutes, to account for larger aircraft and the complexity of international operations. But challenges persist. Tight turnarounds leave little room for error, and delays can cascade through an airline's schedule. Weather disruptions, late connections, or unexpected maintenance issues can derail even the best planned operations. Airlines rely on predictive analytics, real-time monitoring, and highly trained crews to mitigate these risks. Looking to the future, innovations are making turnarounds faster and more efficient. Autonomous vehicles for baggage handling, AI-driven scheduling tools, and electric-powered ground equipment are transforming how airports and airlines approach this critical process. Ultimately, an aircraft turnaround is a marvel of coordination and precision. It's a carefully choreographed ballet, happening dozens of times a day at every major airport around the world. So the next time you board a flight, take a moment to appreciate the incredible teamwork and logistics that got that plane ready for you. It's keeping the world moving, one perfectly timed turnaround at a time. YouTube thinks you'll like this video too. Click here to take a look. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.